Hi all, welcome to the new video of Page Turners. Today I'm going to lecture on Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf was an English author, feminist, essayist, publisher, and critic. She was the most important modernist of 20th century authors. She was born on January 25th of 1882, London of England. Her original name was Virginia Adeline Stephen. Her father was Leslie Stephen. Mother was here mentioned the second wife of Leslie Stephen was Julia Prinsep Jackson, a renowned beauty. Her sister Vanessa Bell was a modernist painter. According to Woolf's memoirs, her most vivid childhood memories were not of London but of St. Ives in Cornwall, where the family spent every summer until 1895. This place inspired her to write one of her masterpieces, To the Lighthouse. In 1895, the sudden death of her mother, when Virginia was only 13. Death of her half-sister Stella after 2 years. Thirdly, 1904, death of her father. These three deaths provoked her most alarming collapse and she was briefly institutionalized. Some scholars have suggested that her mental instability was also due to the sexual abuse to which she and her sister Vanessa Bell were subjected by their half-brothers George and Gerald Duckworth. Woolf came to know the founders of the Bloomsbury Group and an active member of this literary circle. She married the writer Leonard Woolf on 10th August 1912, who was also a member of Bloomsbury Group. Woolf referred to Leonard during their engagement as a penniless Jew. This denotes that Leonard Woolf was a Jew and not a Christian by religion. Now, let us go through her education. Boys in the family received college educations. The girls were homeschooled in English classics and Victorian literature. In 1897 to 1901, she attended the Ladies' Department of King's College London, where she studied the classics and history and came into the contact with early reformers of women's higher education and women's rights movement. Her educated brothers have access to her father's vast library. In 1917, Woolf bought a printing press and founded the Hogarth Press. The Hogarth Press consists of mainly the works of Virginia Woolf and Leonard's, that is, the works of Virginia Woolf are two stories and nextly the mark on the wall. The work of Leonard is Three Jews. Now, let us move to the writing style of Virginia Woolf. In some of her novels, she moves away from the use of plot and structure to employ stream of consciousness in order to emphasize the psychological aspect of her characters. She was a pioneer in use of stream of consciousness as a narrative device. That means, in literary criticism, stream of consciousness is a narrative mode or the method that attempts to depict the multitudinous thoughts and feelings which pass through the mind of a narrator. The term was actually coined by Alexander Bain in 1855 in the first edition of him, The Senses and the Intellect. Now, let us go through the concept of modernism. Literary modernism or modernist literature originated in the late 19th and early 20th century, mainly in Europe and North America, and is characterized by a self-conscious break with traditional way of writing in both poetry and prose fiction writing. The horrors of the First World War saw the prevailing assumptions about society reassessed, and much modernist writing engages with the technological advances and societal changes of modernity moving into the 20th century. The modernist literature reflected a sense of disillusionment and fragmentation. Modernist writers use the stream of consciousness, which commonly ignores the sentence structure and incorporates the fragments of thoughts in an attempt to capture the flow of characters and their mental process. Some of her notable works are Mrs. Dalloway, Orlando, To the Lighthouse, A Room of One's Own, The Common Reader, Jacob's Room, The Waves, Flush, The Art of Fiction, Modern Fiction. In this, The Common Reader is Woolf's collection of essays, and also a room of one's own is usually called as the book length essay. In that in that work, the famous dictum from this particular work by Virginia Woolf that ever remembered is quote unquote, a woman must have money and a room of her own if she is to write fiction. Also, her works were translated into more than 50 languages. Now, let us go through a note on the Bloomsbury Group founded by Virginia Woolf. The Bloomsbury Group or the Bloomsbury Set was a group of associated English writers, intellectuals, philosophers, and artists in the first half of 20th century, including Virginia Woolf, John Maynard Keynes, E.M. Forster, and Leighton Strachey. This loose collective of friends and relatives was closely associated with University of Cambridge for the men and the King's College London for the women, and they lived, worked, or studied together near Bloomsbury of London. According to Anne Osby, although its members denied being a group in any formal sense, they were united by an abiding belief in the importance of the arts. Their works and outlook deeply influenced literature, aesthetics, criticism, and economics, as well as the modern attitudes towards feminism, pacifism, and sexuality. And the given photos are the main members of this Bloomsbury group. Vanessa Stephen is Vanessa Bell, the sister of Virginia Woolf. She was also a member of this group, and also E.M. Forster was another famous poet in this group, and Virginia Woolf's husband also a active member of this group. After completing the manuscript of her last novel, Between the Acts. Between the Acts is the last novel, okay, which is published posthumously. Posthumously means the work that is published after the death of the poet or author. Woolf fell into a deep depression similar to that which she had earlier experienced. Earlier experienced here means when her mother, half sister, and father were dead, she fell into depression. Similarly, in this situation also, she fell into deep depression. And then on 29 March of 1941, Wolf put on her overcoat, filled its pockets with stones, and walked into the river Ouse near her home and drowned herself. Means she committed suicide out of depression. Wolf's body was not found until 18 April 1941. Her husband buried her cremated remains under an elm in the garden of Monk's house, their home in Rodmell, Sussex. Her final writing that addressed to her husband is the real writing I showed in the screen, and I will just read it out. I know that I am spoiling your life, that without me you could work, and you will, I know. You see, I can't even write this properly. I can't read. What I want to say is, I owe all the happiness of my life to you. You have been entirely patient with me and incredibly good. I want to say that everybody knows it. If anybody could have saved me, it would have been you. Everything has gone from me but the certainty of your goodness. I can't go on spoiling your life any longer. I don't think two people could have been happier than we have been. This was really sad, or we can say she is addressing to her husband. She is so happier with him, but she was in depression of her own memories. She loved her husband and vice versa also. These lines, her chords were very emotional one. These lines are very emotional one, and she is herself proving that I can't read, I can't even write this like that. That shows that she is weakened. Her mind is weakened, not her body. Her mind is weakened. She is in depression, deep depression. She felt a happy life with Wolf, but unfortunately she can't because of the mental instability. And this occasion, I would like to memorize the Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput, who was also in similar situation, who was in deep depression. He was a great actor, but what can we do? This depression and mental instability is pulling many of the legends and celebrities into suicide, into committing suicide. Now, let us wind up the session video. But before that, let us go through some of the quotes of Virginia Woolf. There are a lot of quotes, but I only selected the four one, and let us go through it. As a woman, I have no country. As a woman, my country is the whole world. Second, the connection between dress and work is not far to seek. Your finest clothes are those you wear as soldiers. Third one, you cannot find peace by avoiding life. Fourth one, some people go to priest, others to poetry, I to my friends. So this is all about Virginia Woolf, her personal life, education, Bloomsbury Group, modernist concept, stream of consciousness as a narrative technique, her some of the notable works, and some of the quotes and her death. This is all about Virginia Woolf, and thank you.